Hello, namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about how is cybersecurity implemented. Nowadays in the digital era, we are having lot of digital devices around us and we are accessing internet and other networks. So security implementation really very crucial because being the part of the internet, that means we are participating in a big network and the hacker always in the hunt of finding out the vulnerabilities or the weak devices so that they can perform the cyber attack. So cyber security is everywhere and there are numerous ways to implement the cyber security, and today I am going to discuss the main 3 steps which require to fix the cyber security related issues. Okay. First of all, we need to identify the problem. Okay, what type of vulnerabilities exist on our system, what kind of, as per those vulnerability, what kind of cyber attack happen on our system, on individual, on our organization. Okay, for example, that attack can be man in middle attack, that can be attack on buffer overflow, attack on our database, SQL injection, that can be attack on our application server. Okay, there are number of attacks which happens on denial of services, distributed denial of services attack. So first of all, we need to identify what kind of attack we have on our system in our organization. First, because without understanding the attack we cannot give the remediation to it. Okay, so first need to identify yes what kind of attack happened on our organization. Once we identify it, then we need to analyze it, means we need to go deeper. What the criteria, what the area of our organization affected, what kind of indicator of compromise after that kind of attack. Okay, which area is affected most, so that which devices, which server, which part of the network affected by this attack, we need to isolate it. Okay, so just isolation. After the isolation, we need to find it out exactly what was the root cause, where that attack start. Okay, what kind of vulnerabilities the hackers or the cyber criminals exploit. We need to complete knowledge of each and everything how that attack happens. So after just analyzing and this evaluating that situation, then we just move ahead on the next step, that's a treatment to this or remediation to that particular attack. Okay, once we know this attack happen on our network, say DDoS attack. Okay, DDoS kind of attack happen, which part of our network affected and what was the root cause, how much they damage to our network, and then what kind of policies we need to implement, where we need to patch. Okay, where was the gap we left and now where we need to fulfill those gaps so that we can keep our organization at work. Okay, or we can also keep the things in a proper way and we will close all the gaps for the future kind of attack. Yeah, and when we are doing these three particular steps, we need to keep in mind these basic 3 principles which will applicable on every cyber security related issues. Okay, first of all, we need to understand our organization completely. We must know it, what exactly it is, where we are having our assets, where we are having our servers, and what kind of vulnerabilities in our organization. It is not possible to implement the security 100%. Sometimes we don't have the much budgets to implement all the securities. So we must know, yes, this kind of vulnerability exists on our network, on our in our organization, and this is possibly affect any kind of attack in our organization. Okay. And we also need to understand, yes, nowadays these kind of attacks in the over the internet, and us, we are much educated to know about is what kind of attack is nowadays happening over the internet, what way of attacking the hackers are using, what methods they are using, either that's sending the phishing emails or sending some kind of attachment in the emails. When we will click on that, some kind of ransomware will start on our computer and it will start to encrypt our data. Okay, so we need to know about all the threats, or that threats can be natural, it can be intentional or unintentional kind of threat. Are our company completely ready to combat against those attacks? If some, for example, there will be earthquake, okay, so if our company's organization's data will damage, servers will damage, do we have backup on another location? Or if ransomware attack will happen on our server, on our in our personal devices, whether we have the backup of all those things, and how quickly we can run our organization if such kind of attack will happen. Okay, after just understanding the threat for our vulnerabilities, then we analyze the risk, how much risk involved as per the importance of our data, network, servers, and if that kind of attack will happen on our organization, what will be the loss to our organization. Okay, if that attack will happen once in a year or twice in a year, then if this particular, say, DDoS attack will happen or the ransomware attack will happen, how much will be the damage to our organization? Once we understood all these things, then definitely whatever the resources we have, maybe we don't have all the security, highly advanced security services or the devices in our organizations, but if we understand all these three things completely, then definitely whatever the resources we are having, we can put at the proper place, we can prioritize, yes, this is the most critical data which we need to protect at any cost. Okay, or if this server is having the database of our complete organization, then definitely we need to keep a backup on offline as well. If some kind of ransom attack will happen, then definitely we need not to pay the huge amount to the cyber criminals. So we can just restore our backup and we can run our organization. Okay, so these are the things when we keep in mind, we can implement cybersecurity better. And follow me on the Cybersecurity Prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Share that session with your friends and the group members as well, so that they will be able to understand in what scenarios they can implement the cybersecurity, what things they need to consider, how they can prioritize the one data or one network or one segment from the other one, and can give the their focus, their resources to that particular area. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about what is cybersecurity risk assessment. Namaste, see you in the next session.